My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I live at 3102 Center Hill Road, Acre, Mississippi, 38841. I am still under attack by Scientology. So let me explain what Scientology is. There are more than 3 dimensions. This is a fact. There are 12 dimensions in total. We have biology in these extra dimensions. 12 dimensions worth of extra dimensional body parts, and we utilize this biology to have an afterlife. The human genome produces a 12-dimensional humanoid designed to live in outer space. We can fly in the afterlife. We have a head covering that has 2 horns and a whole plethora of extra-dimensional organs and tissues that we utilize in the afterlife. We are Anunnakis. So Scientology is the practice of utilizing this extra-dimensional biology before they die. While they are still alive, they remove it from themselves, and they use technology and techniques to turn them into upper dimensional vehicles, biologies in which they can drive through the upper dimensions, aliens. And they look alien in appearance. So there are people on Earth at this moment driving aliens through the upper dimensions on Earth. So there are a group of people using their aliens to harm me and my family. They are driving them onto my location and using them to do all kinds of bad things to me and my family. So this technology gives them the ability to drive other organisms that are not their own. They can drive humans, animals, insects, and worms in any dimension. They are using this technology to drive parasites through my body. Worms, big worms with teeth. They have removed most of my extra dimensional biology. They're using it for transplants, for surrogate making purposes, and for torture devices. There is an entanglement property between our third dimension and our extra dimension. If you remove a piece of extra dimensional biology, no matter where you take it in the universe, you are still in that body part. You still have to experience everything it goes through. What appears as happening is the electron shell, the electrons or the atoms that we are made of, the electron goes around all 12 dimensions and it makes a perfect circle. So when you try to remove energy from the particles, say you try to remove an extra dimensional body part, as it's leaving you, space-time in between you and this removed body part shrinks to zero. It gets out of the way. Space-time warps to ensure that you don't lose extra dimensional biology. So this allows things to happen, like they can take it to a remote location and do things like stick stuff inside of it, and you will have to experience it down here in the third dimension. They can gain access to your third dimension with this removed biology. So today, what they are doing, or what they have done to me today, I've been assaulted in the fingers today. Other than that, they haven't done much except drive worms. I have worms in my ears. They have holes in the bottom of my ear canal that go down into my throat, to my chest, and they have worms in there that go up and down. They have worms straight inside of my ear that go parallel to my ear canal, all the way into my inner ear. They have a hole in my chin, and they put worms in there, and they go up into my brain. They have a hole in my neck, and they have put worms down into my chest cavity. I have worms all in my chest cavity. I have worms all in my abdomen. They are in my extremities underneath my muscles, in my arms, and in my legs. I have worms in my feet. I have worms in my eyes, in my nose, all in my skin, little microscopic worms. And they are doing things to my upper dimensional biology. So they have my extra dimensional biology in their possession. They have it at a remote location. It is in many different parts, and many different people have possession of many different parts of it. Some of them are doing things to it like filling it full of worms, torture devices, foreign objects, and they're doing things to it like dropping it, putting it in acid, making it burn. They are dropping it down a hole through space time, and the friction from it falling makes it burn. I am sick. I'm weak. I'm dizzy. I have brain fog. I'm in pain. And on top of this, they have given me telepathy. And they use this telepathy. I can hear their thoughts and they can hear my thoughts. We have an inner voice. We can talk to each other. They use this technology to harass me. They harass me. They berate me. They keep saying, well, you killed somebody, so we can do whatever we want to you, which is a lie. I've never killed anybody. They threaten my life. They keep giving me death threats. They are premeditating my death. And they keep trying to come up with some false narrative which says that I've done something wrong, that I'm somehow to blame for their criminal behavior towards me. They keep trying to justify what they're doing to me. I am sick. And they also have given me a screen in my brain. It interfaces with my visual cortex. It allows me to see things so I can see them in this digital landscape, and they can show me images of their face. They use it to make faces at me. So as they harass me, they make faces, and when they assault me, they make faces at me. And they are using it to show me things like they show me the military and local police officers down here at my house assaulting my family and my animals and me. They are trying to get me to have bad thoughts about defending myself against these people. So they can say, look, he's trying to go after the military, or he's thinking about going after the police, to add to their justification of what they're doing to me. So this all started for me about 14 years ago. I was a political activist on social media. I participated in politics a lot and got a lot of stuff done. I had a large following. I persuaded a lot of minds and votes, and I had a lot of debates about politics, environmental issues, religion, and I'm also an author. I am part Native American. I am part Lakota. My Native American name is Crazy Bird. I am an author. I write literature. I wrote Crazy Bird comics. I wrote the Environment Creation Agency. I wrote Buffalo Dollars. I wrote Alien Bob, Bug Bob, Space Bob, and several other stories. Some Scientologists decided to assimilate me. They put gear in my brain, devices, and they started communicating with me. I told them to leave me alone. I did not accept their advances. So the government came and took biology and installed more technology and assimilated me into a hive mind. I started hearing voices and seeing things, seeing these people. And some of them were hostile right off the bat. They started berating me, harassing me. Then the technology was turned off, but they left it one way. They could still read my mind, but I couldn't read their mind, and I no longer seen things. And I became sick. I could feel things stuck inside of me, and my whole face and head swelled up. And then people started stealing my intellectual property, the things I was working on in my studies, the things I was writing. They started taking them and using them for their own works. And then one day they turned the technology back on. I started to hear things and see voices again. Then they started stealing body parts. They started trying to harness my intelligence. They tried to put my intelligence on another human being. They took brain tissue out and used it as a transplant for one of their aliens. Then they started making surrogates with my extra dimensional biology. They see me as a superior human being, a human with abilities that surpass their own, and they want to somehow harness this or harvest this ability. And then it turned into a snuff film. So these people have this cult-like behavior. They are religious zealots. To them, it's a religious martyrdom. They are addicted to it, stealing body parts and torturing me, and filling me full of worms and parasites,